2026 Ways and Means Committee. And we'll go ahead and get started. But before we move on, we need to get a vote to bring Danny Kelchin for teleconference, Marcia, and Matt. All those in favor? Mr. Dillon is not here, but yes. Okay, vote is unanimous. Welcome, Danny.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, let us move on. And let's move to the approval. Did we need to do that online, Megan? To bring Danny in, did we need to do that online? Are we okay? Yes, we need to do it online. Okay, again, let Marcia, let us. Okay, Marcia was the first and Matt Windich was second. And let us vote. Okay, unanimous. Again, welcome, Danny.
Thank you.
Okay. Now I need a motion and a second for approval of minutes for November 24, 2025. Matt Windish and Marcia. Any comments or questions? Let us vote. Oh, Danny, what do you vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, vote is unanimous. Thank you. Okay, moving on to our informational items. And first on the agenda is our county clerk, Ms. Rachel Parker. She's already in place. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your report has been put in your packet, and I have no additions to add at this time.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments for Ms. Parker?
I do just want to say that our clerk on the move is going very well. Our next stop is Princeville, so we will be there. I believe it's the 17th or 16th, whatever that week, one day that week.
Is there a set day of the week that you attend? You have those sessions?
There is not. We usually check with the library, whichever community we're going to see what date works best for them. And then that way they can help us advertise the fact that we're going to be there. And most of the time we have people lined up when we get there ready for us to, get set up and get going. So it's really going well. So we're looking forward to our visits in 2026.
Yes. Okay. Any questions, Ms. Marcia?
So do you have just like a number, a typical number of a day of how many people you take care of on the move visits?
Yeah, we're going to start tracking that. Since we just started doing it, this will be our third. We've been to Elmwood, we've been to Brimfield, and we've been to Chillicothe. So we are starting to track those.
Okay, that'd be interesting to see and see if over time the attendance actually increases as people find out about it more.
That's our hope, is that they'll spread the word and then we'll just get more people each time. I would also like to introduce my new Chief Deputy Clerk, which is Angela Bolden.
Oh, well, welcome, Ms. Bolden. I know you're familiar with you, but welcome to this. We hope to see you right up here someday. Thank you and welcome. Any other questions or comments for Ms. Parker? Thank you. Okay. All right, moving on to our County Election Commission. Elizabeth Gannon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So you asked me to report on the changes to the postmark rules.
Yes.
I'm happy to do that. So the USPS just changed the definition of a postmark and how that is handled at facilities. So this will affect vote by mail voters. So just so you know that Peoria County no longer has a distribution center. So that has been moved to either Champaign or Chicago. So let's say you are voting by mail. The way the law states now is that as long as your vote by mail ballot envelope is postmarked by election day and received within the 2 weeks following the election, your vote by mail ballot can be processed. Now, that law is still accurate, okay? That's not changing. It's the USPS law of what a post office means and how it's processed is. So that needs to be taken into consideration as a vote by mail voter. Don't wait until the last day.
Yes. for
Okay.
sure.
So if you were to drop your vote by mail ballot into a USPS bin on election day, it would not receive a postmark, an election day postmark. So that will have to go, that mail, basically all first class mail, but we're talking specifically vote by mail ballots, has to go from that facility here to the distribution plant, and then it is postmarked. So it's at least 24, if not 48 hours additionally that it's going to take to get that postmark on your ballot. So what we're recommending is basically 3 things. 1, don't wait until the last day.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's plenty of time to request your vote by mail ballot, do your research, vote it, get it in the mail. Okay. Second, if you are wanting to wait until very close to the election, use a drop box. Use an election commission drop box. We have 3 drop boxes throughout Peoria County. We have our one at the North Branch Library. We have one at the Election Commission on Brandywine. And then our third one is now at the Neighborhood House downtown. It used to be at the Civic Center. The board didn't feel like we were getting the traffic at that location that we should be seeing for that area. So we have moved that drop box to the Neighborhood House. The third option is if you are going to put your ballot in the mail through USPS, you need to physically go into the office and ask the clerk to put a postmark on it for you manually. Okay, so those are our 3 options that we're trying to stress. I actually just did an interview today with News 25. We will be putting it's usually Peoria County, Tazewell County, and then the Bloomington County election commissions. We like to do I'm blanking on the term, press conferences. Thank you. Press conferences together. And so we'll be doing a few of those leading up to the election in both the primary and the November. And we'll have it on our social media as well, trying to educate vote by mail voters.
Great. Good information. Any questions or comments? Yeah. How often will this be made available to the public? For the through the press conferences, website, that type of thing?
Yes. I mean, we will try our best to educate the public, as best we can with the outlets that we have. We'll obviously partner with the communications department and see what they're great at coming up with ideas. They can help us spread that word out to the community. But the law hasn't changed. As long as your vote by mail envelope is postmarked by election day, it can be counted. But you just have to make sure that if you're going through USPS, you're giving it an additional 24 to 48 hours to get that postmark.
Yes. Very good. Good information. Anyone else? Thank you. Marcia, sorry.
Betty, can we possibly, she gave a lot of information that's regarding the post office themselves. Can we get, as time gets a little closer, someone from the post office to also reiterate all that information? Because it seems like asking her some questions about the U.S. Postal doesn't seem the appropriate, place to get the information. Not that I'm doubting her information, but just an additional.
Yes, we can certainly make a contact.
Because like what she said about, that they don't, if you drop it in the bin, it has to go away. But then you later stated that if you ask them when you go on the counter, if you ask them to stamp it, they can, which to me doesn't quite, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not doubting your information at all, but it seems kind of confusing. So if we could maybe get someone from the post office to possibly explain, that a little better, please.
I can, I have a contact that we work with at the post office
All
to
right.
help us with stuff like that. So I can send them your information,
If you would. Yeah.
or I can send it to you and then you can reach out to them if you'd like
Okay.
to do that.
And you're pretty much close contact with that person
Yes.
as well. Okay.
Yep. We try to
Good.
work with them prior to every election. I did want to kind of touch on, maybe give you some more detail as to the difference though. In a distribution center, it's going through an automated system. So a person is not touching it. So that's why you can walk into maybe your Bartonville post office, have the clerk put that postmark on it, as opposed to putting it in the Bartonville blue bin. And then it has to get all the way to Champaign before it hits that automation machine for the postmark.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. I think that'll be a good idea that we, bring this two together so that, more information is dispelled out there and no hindrance to the voting, but no excuses. Okay. Any other questions, comments?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Moving on to our supervisor of assessment, Mr. Shad Jones.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Just some informational reporting. I'm happy to report that we've got all the townships, save one, contracted with or elected assessors. Everything's taken care of except for Halleck Township, and I believe they'll have a resolution first half of January. They've talked to a couple of candidates to contract with, and I told the talks went well, and they'll pick one, and we should be good to go. So that is good news. Akron Princeville has their person in place. Radnor has their person. We've taken care of Limestone, as you'll recall. So,
Yes.
so that's good.
Good.
Some other good news is in December, law was signed by the governor that increases the income threshold for the senior freeze from $65,000 to $75,000 total household income. We've got the new form from the state. It's on the website. We're getting our county forms updated a little bit, and we'll be sending those out. We typically send those out into January, beginning of February, kind of right ahead of when people get their taxes done. So they get the form, get their taxes done, send them back to us. And so we're getting those updated. We've also gotten the word out. Gretchen and Tim have helped us in communications and had a meeting. Went to a meeting with Councilman Allen, some of his constituents. I've got a meeting coming up Peoria Heights Library, our little workshop. So we're getting the word out, and we're happy that has gone up a little bit. It'll help some folks. Board review, we have completed the hearings for the board review, so that's good. They are finalizing some decisions, waiting on a little information from a couple of people, but we're moving the process forward and getting the decisions they have made, the board review has made, into our systems and moving things forward. So any questions? I'll be happy to answer.
Any questions, comments? Sounds like you've been very busy.
Yeah, we've been keeping busy.
Yes.
Regarding the senior freeze, you said that the forms will be going out. Do those go to only those that have previously applied, or how is it determined that those forms go out to?
That's a good question. There are two senior-related exemptions. There's the senior homestead exemption, and for that exemption, primary residence, one of the owners has to be 65 or over. The senior freeze, 65 or over, plus there's the income threshold that they have to be under, now 75,000. We try to send the renewal notice and form to everyone that has the senior homestead exemption. So even if you've signed up for the senior homestead, you've never had the senior freeze, you can get that senior freeze multiple times because some of them do tend to go, especially in a year when it's changing, but some of them do tend to go above and below that the old 65,000. So we send it to those that get the senior homestead exemption.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions? Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Moving on to our treasurer, Brendan Martin.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.
Just a little update. Team and I, we just finished final distribution last week, a little later than expected. Had some issues with DevNet, our software, but we got that resolved. So we'll be finishing interest distribution this week, and we will be done with that. Our team and I, in accordance with the wonderful job the Post Office Service does, which is not very good, we are launching online and on time for 2026. So anybody in your circles, if we can get them to push the pay online, it just encourages people to get there without having to get the late fees. The stamps are 78 cents right now. They're going up again in July.
Oh, yeah.
It costs $1 to pay with a check anyways, and it's paid right away. We don't have to try to track everybody down. And we're still getting mail from people paying their first installment back in June. So just to tell you how that works.
Yeah.
And that is very accurate. It does not get postmarked until it gets to a facility.
Mhm.
And sometimes people don't get in that truck if they pick up your mail. If they don't have a reason to get back in that post office truck, they don't touch it for 4 or 5 days.
Oh.
So do not rely on voting or sending your taxes in if you want it on time. So
Sure.
we also were launching, getting to refine our investment policy for the county, as well as a P card for the purchase cards and a petty cash. So hopefully we'll have that wrapped up here by the next meeting, and we can talk about that some more. So, any questions?
Clarification. You just mentioned, would you reiterate the cards again, what you just said about the cards?
About the purchase cards?
You mentioned purchase cards.
Yeah, so the
Okay.
county has debit cards or credit cards that we
Yes.
use to purchase stuff, and just trying to get some policies in place so we know where everyone stands on how we can use them and what we have to do for documentations for audits and stuff like that. So.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Any questions, comments? Oh, good information. Thank you. All right, moving on to our Veterans Assistance Commission, Mike Brooks.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I want to introduce the first guy behind me, William Stodgel. He's our senior VSO, and he's the one that he won VSO of the year last year. So I just wanted to introduce him in case I can't make a meeting, that just another person can come.
Congratulations.
I sent out the annual report
Yes.
for the MVAA, Military Veterans Assistance Act. I'm supposed to send it to the county board chair, but I sent it to everybody so you could review. Just some highlights real quick. In 2025, total money, we brought in $145 million compared to $110 million in 24. $23 million in lump sum payments compared to $20.7 million in 2024. We had posted probably 60 or 90 days ago a new position, admin position, because our VSO retired. So we ended up getting 45 people apply. So I'm going through those right now. So we'll be doing interviews probably in the next week or so. Next week, and then so the other highlight is 5,587 veterans just walked in. That's just walk-ins, so that's an average of 466, which is way more than last year. I can send out the exact number. I don't have last year, but I think it was around 425 or so. And then just kind of give you an update on Tazewell, which I don't really do, but the superintendent announced that he is retiring in the next couple months. I'm not going to say, thankfully. So hopefully in the future I have a better relationship with whoever they're going to hire in the next couple months. So they're going to be having some meetings here in the next couple months to probably determine that. I'm hoping to help with that, and just the bill. I mean, I'm from that county. I'm from Washington, so I know a lot of veterans there. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to hopefully help as much as they allow me to try to get somebody in there that is going to do their job.
Good, good.
That's all.
Mhm. Any comments, questions to Mr. Brooks? Yeah, you mentioned the number of veterans walking in. That time frame was from, you mentioned 5,000?
Yeah, November to November.
November to
November
November.
through November. Correct.
Okay, great. Yeah. I was wondering if that was just from November up till now. Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
yeah.
quite a few.
So the annual report has to be in by the end of the year. So we send
Yes.
that to Governor Pritzker. So we have to do November to November. But the numbers, it would be a little bit higher if I went from January through December, just because we were busier, probably in
During
January
that time,
or
sure.
in December, this December than we were last December. It's similar numbers. So.
Mhm. Okay. And I appreciate that annual report. Very informational. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Thank you very much. Uh, Okay. Moving on to our resolutions, we do have one, monthly delinquent taxes for the month of December. Yeah, flip my page. And there are two items on this particular resolution. And so I need a motion and a second to bring this on the floor. Marcia and Matt. Okay. Any questions or comments? And I see none. Let's vote. Oh, I'm sorry. Danny. Mr. Kelch.
I have.
Aye. Okay.
I'm in Philadelphia. My plane is boarding in 5 minutes, so I'll have to check out right now.
Okay. Your vote is an aye. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Yes. Thank you. The vote is unanimous. Thank you. All right. Okay, moving on to our agenda. Are there any discussions? Any discussions? Public comment? See none. Miscellaneous? I see none. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.